There we go. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and thank you for joining another scene for Living World of Darkness. This is an open scene where we have collectively decided that this is going to be at Ritual Tea. Ritual Tea is a fairly new tea shop that's opened up in Queens probably about a month and a half ago, maybe even 2 months. It's located on the dark end of a business district, like a stretch of street there, um, where there was a sign that kind of flickers in and out. The building looks a little sketch, but the light is on, and there's a couple of shadows that you can kind of see from the outside, from how much light is in here. There's a soft sound of music coming from the door, though it doesn't sound clear like with like a modern sound system. It's more from like I think it's a phonograph. Excuse me. Inside, um, the the establishment is a tall, very tall and lanky gentleman. He seems to be going about um, doing some cleaning and some sprucing up. Um, while another individual most likely is either working or enjoying some tea and reading or whatnot. And that's how we'll start the scene.
Rebecca will have gotten here earlier or is arriving now. Either way, if she was here
I
earlier, she returned from.
She's already been here.
Perfect. You're the best. You're the best. Okay. She's sitting here sipping her tea, reading and Googling. She's got like her laptop open and a book in one hand and is taking notes with the other hand kind of slowly and awkwardly.
hmm Um, Suffice to say, if Rebecca has taken any time to maybe like take, find a break in her studies or whatever she's doing,
Mm-hmm.
um, she would notice that Caldwell has bags around his eyes. His demeanor even more kind of almost submissive in a way. His body language is just plain old dead tired.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he kind of has that forward, like slumping, like posture to him,
Mm-hmm.
which probably looks even more creepy if she would use second sight, but she doesn't. So, um, it's not
Sounds
this moment, but
awful.
yeah, he just seems to be kind of like he seems to be slower than usual, taking his time, and he's as quiet as ever. He doesn't disturb you or anything. So just FYI for that.
Um, does he bring around refills?
If she calls for it.
Okay. The next time that her mug is out and she like looks up to kind of catch his eye and flag him down when he comes by with the tea, she gives him a smile. How are you doing? You look tired.
He just has that same British accent that you're familiar with, though it's very hushed. Yes, I've been having some trouble getting rest for a while now. Suppose it's starting to take a toll on me. Hopefully it'll get resolved.
I'm so sorry. Do you know why? Coughing or allergies?
Mm, I would maybe some of that. Mm, Mostly bad dreams.
Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
You don't
She
have
kind
to
of
be sorry. You didn't
does
do it.
it.
Are you doing it? He
He kind
actually
of
looks her in the eye. He actually looks her at her in the eye, like, "Are you doing it?"
so she kind of studies him as he's saying that. So it takes her a minute to realize what he's actually asking, and then she just kind of laughs.
His hands also tense, and he kind of like does. He splays them out really wide, so they look. It looks
Oh my
really
god.
creepy, and then
Okay,
he
well,
does the cracking thing.
which dice roller are we in?
Dice roller one.
Extra, extra dice roller
Oh
because
yeah,
we are
sorry.
because we are extra.
We are extra. Here's 8 dice of extra to not be extra. Not look like I'm thinking about.
What are you doing, dice roller?
Oh, it's ignoring me.
Oh no.
Oh no. No manip sub for me this scene. Fuck.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah, well, Rebecca's gonna try real hard to not think about the way that those fingers look on the other side. And
Mm-hmm.
she just kind of laughs a little uncomfortably. No, I hope not. Are you having nightmares about me? There we go. Look at all that. She's super successful.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try. Dreams about you. Hmm.
I've paid all my bills.
Have you?
Oh, Yvonne, it's
Are,
fucking creepy.
are you sure?
She stares him in the eye for a moment, and
He looks away when you do it.
oh, does he? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. In that case, she's not gonna roll for it. She just kind of coughs and reaches out to pour herself the tea. Well, all that I can. I suppose we all have more difficult debts.
He kind of tilts his head. Are you referring to karmic debts now?
Probably. I doubt they have anything to do with your dreams.
Hmm. I don't know unless you tell me.
About my debts.
That's the only way I'm gonna be able to determine if they have anything to do with my dreams or not.
You could tell me about your dreams.
I could.
They're probably more interesting than my debts.
Hmm. I beg to differ. But
Do you believe in heaven?
heaven?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Kind of like lifts his chin, thinking a moment. No. Do believe in reincarnation, though.
Do you think debts transcend lives?
They can.
Interesting.
Sometimes you might not even know about it until it comes up. Just kind of hits you in the face, but I believe so. Especially if they're karmic ones, they are attached to your soul, are they not? The universe keeps a metaphysical tally. Do you believe in heaven?
I believe in a lot of heavens.
Which one is your particular favorite?
Well, that's an interesting question. Do you mean my favorite that I believe in, or just my favorite? I've studied a lot of heavens.
Let's go with both. When you do this, he actually goes down to like check your pot of coffee to see how much is actually in there.
Mm-hmm.
And if he decides that it's not at the acceptable levels, he will take it by the tray
Mm-hmm.
and stand up with it. You just go ahead, I'm listening. And he turns and he goes about making you another pot of coffee or another pot of tea. Excuse me.
Okay. If anybody else wants to come in, this is a good time. While Rebecca takes a deep breath and composes her thoughts.
And yeah, as that's happening, not far away, Sam is walking down the street with Garm in tow. Just very, very enthusiastic and encouraging, saying, "Come on, it's going to be fun."
Fun.
Mhm. The atmosphere is excellent. The music has always been very much on point, and he has a lovely collection of I think the appropriate word is old things, antiques. Sure, you could admire their craftsmanship.
I could.
Ah, see?
He is still doubting you.
Sam's taking his wins where he can.
Because yeah, you tell him he's a tea shop, and then you talk about antiques. Doesn't add up.
You guys walk in.
Mm.
All right. So when you walk in, you will notice that there is some old music playing, most likely some kind of classical theme music. It sounds kind of tinny because it's coming from like an old phonograph.
I don't want to set the world on fire.
Yep.
I just want to start a flaming yard.
Yep. Inside,
You lured me. You lured me out, Damien.
inside, it's rather comfortable. There's a lot of like dark colors thrown everywhere. Um, with rugs. Like there's plenty of rugs, and they actually look rather nice and intricate. Um, there's a lot of curtainy like throws and stuff everywhere, and like dark like purples and tacky browns and stuff like that. The furniture is oversized and frayed. Even like some of the leather is cracked and worn in some places. There's a lot of brass and silver furnishings. So if that might set you off a little bit, it might make you uncomfortable just a tinge, but it's probably not 100% um, silver because he got it from a thrift shop. Um, the boards under your feet seem to creak just ever so slightly to be annoying and give away your presence. There's cobwebs up in the ceilings and stuff here and there. And what else was I gonna say? I think that's it for now.
Hmm.
But there's definitely like a long like bookcase with it looks like several hundred books along the right side of the wall from where you guys have entered, and like a little nook back there for you to sit if you want some privacy. But otherwise, everything else looks pretty open and even open but segregated in case people wanted to have like their own little like space, so to speak. But but yeah, You see this very tall, lanky fella. His face is gaunt. He looks very. You can just say he looks very tired, worn down, and he gets rather close. Probably so close that it probably makes you uncomfortable. And he just seems to can't. He just seemed to can't bring his voice above a whisper. And it's very British. And he just says, "Ah, good evening. Nice to see you, Sam. I see you brought a guest."
And Sam nods. Good to see. Good to see you again, my friend.
Hello.
He just turns his head and just says, "Hello. Please come in. I am Caldwell, and this is my tea shop, Ritual Tea. Please make yourself comfortable. Sam, you will see that Rebecca is already here if you're interested."
And yeah, Sam offers her a smile and a nod, and comes over to give her a handshake.
She's smiling at them from her seat. And when he comes over, she extends a hand to, take it and shake. Not a moment's hesitation.
I'm going to gain a point of willpower.
If Garm follows in, Silas will follow or Caldwell will follow pretty close behind him. And then he'll also hear the audible snaps of what sounds to be like knuckles cracking.
He's gonna stop as he walks.
He's right.
Gonna turn.
He's right there in your grill. Like
I do not own a grill.
I mean, in your face. I'm sorry. Like you turn around, it's like, oh.
Ah, you merely adopted the creep.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a problem?
He his eyes drop down. He just shakes his head. No. Is there a problem?
He's gonna observe the guy because
And he just cracks his knuckles. They just don't seem to get any quieter. You see, he looks rather nervous.
I'm gonna pee that shit.
While you're doing that, like with I'm trying to. The positioning's a little awkward now. Does Garm now have his back to Sam, or does Caldwell have his back to the? Oh fuck! All right.
Okay. 3 successes. Although, yeah, it still works. It still works, even if I have one eye.
3 successes. So, I mean, this dude looks rather milquetoast. Like he.
Okay, I have to stop you right here. Milquetoast.
Like spineless, very submissive.
Okay, because now I'm imagining a toast and that you're spreading some kind of buttermilk on it.
No, he
Like,
just
I don't get it.
he just looks very dejected. He has no real sense of confidence, though. If he does, it's very little and very quiet. From his following you, doesn't seem out of the normal for him. In fact, you would almost think that if he stood any farther away from you, he would be uncomfortable. But yeah, he definitely shows deference because he doesn't. I mean, to you anyways, because he's not looking you in the eye. And he has that fidgety body language as he goes about cracking his knuckles again in front of you. And it's not like balling his fist like he's about to punch you.
Yeah.
It's more like he's taking his thumbs and pressing each of his fingers individually, like in a certain fashion, like he has OCD or something.
Okay, that's that's good because generally, Garm conclusion for cracking knuckles is there's gonna be a bar fight.
That's why I said that. But if you want to take it, to a fight, I mean, you can take it.
No, it's okay. You told it. You told it yourself. You spread milk all over that toast.
I do. Yep.
So
Spreading my milk all over you, baby. Come on.
so yeah. He just he looks him up and down and then he just goes back to Sam.
Yeah,
even if currently what you're gonna see is that now you're in his, he will always have you in his side vision and not in his eye patch vision, which is non-existent.
Sam like smiles brightly and makes a gesture like encouraging him to shake his hand. It's like a handshake gesture.
Eventually, Caldwell brings his hands up to about his midsection, like his hands just kind of like curl up, kind of weirdly. But then he kind of like goes about scratching the back of his head, like, "Is this dude done looking at me yet?" Like, and then kind of again follows behind him as he moves. Even if he's in his peripheral vision, like he's kind of close. Like,
Yeah, but at least I got you in my eye.
yeah, exactly.
I got my eye on you.
And yeah, he he is going to he's just going to nod as it's like, yes, I see you. I acknowledge your presence.
And I wonder if he'll see, like, no, he does not see that. He actually stands closer. Like you almost feel like that energy, like you feel like when somebody gets close to you, like when your skin just barely touches, like that's what you feel from him. He almost seems like it's like he wants to cower away, but he can't help but cower into you. Like maybe you just kind of like throw him off enough.
You have interesting friends.
If you say so.
I was talking to this nerd.
Oh, me! Yes! Ooh,
It's
real close, real close. Real close to your mic.
it's at this point that Ethan walks in and kind of just looks in at everybody. He just seems to be just standing silent. He just stares at everybody. So, oh, hey, Rebecca, hello. And he goes towards Rebecca. And he'll whisper in her ear, why is everybody being so freaking silent?
Rebecca waves him over with a smile. She successfully does not look more uncomfortable now that the rage is increasing over here. And is watching Silas cuddle a werewolf with no visible expression because she's good at this. But she grins at Ethan and, just waves him over.
He'll smile at her, and he'll look towards Sam. Sam, right? We met before, in a park.
Yes! And he offers his hand to shake. He, like, kind of almost absentmindedly drifts away from Rebecca to very specifically to greet him very formally, very very cheerfully. and yeah, offers his hand to shake. Yeah, it's been some time.
It's been a little bit. So how is everything?
Real quick, Nelson, you're just a little bit close to your mic.
Okay, is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, what did he ask again?
How is everything going?
Excellent. See, work's been work. But all, smiles and rainbows.
And he'll nod.
How have you been?
I've been all right. Walk in the middle of something. Everybody's been kind of quiet.
It's about that time that Silas, or Caldwell, excuse me, quietly steps over to the new face, and I'm assuming the way you're standing, he basically, it almost seems like there's some kind of centipede crawling on your back and coming around over your neck, like between you and Rebecca. And he just barely puts his hands on his one hand on your back, like on your shoulder, to try to grab your attention. And he just whispers, "Will you be joining the party here as well?"
He'll smile. Sure, why not? I'll be joining the party. And he'll reach for his hand. Name is Ethan.
Yeah, Silas will actively step around more and offer his hand. And when he offers his hand to him, again, there's no real strength to it, and his hand would feel rather bony to you, almost if you can feel every bone and every digit, every knuckle, like when you do it. And he just says, with a very British accent, "It's good to meet you. Have you ever had tea before? Traditional tea?"
I've had tea. How traditional are we speaking?
None of that sweet tea. None of that here. It's more like actually brewed tea, like English tea, made from real expensive ingredients.
He'll smile. I have. It's been a while, but tasting it again should be a good experience.
Wonderful. Let me grab you a chair. And then he steps away and he steps back over to Connor. Will you be staying here as well? Shall I grab you a chair?
Yes.
And yeah, he will go about fetching a pair of chairs. And at first he tries not to lift them because he doesn't want to. And there's even that slight nail on the chalkboard sound until he's like, "Oh shit, the rugs are catching now. Gotta stop doing that. Don't want to rip it." And then he just barely picks them up. But then he just sets them where you guys are kind of close to each other. You might have to adjust them just so that way you're not in each other's, disrespecting each other's space.
You're gonna get a look by when you mention personal space.
Wait, he doesn't say that about personal space, does he? He wasn't using his quiet voice.
I mean, I don't know. Was it?
I didn't say anything.
Okay.
He just basically said that you might have to actually move the chairs with where he placed them,
Okay.
because it looks like you'll probably be in each other's personal space.
Oh, okay. It's like otherwise,
Kind of like how he's been kind of like sitting, like standing next to you, like he put you like that close next to like to Sam, and then like Ethan next to Rebecca.
Ethan will, with his chair kind of placed next to Rebecca, he'll sit down.
I'm gonna sit near Sam.
Sam gives him a bright smile and a pat on the back.
Rebecca pretends not to notice that this chair is way too close. It's fine. This is fine. This is all fine.
And then the whistling happens, and Caldwell dashes off, leaving you guys to speak amongst yourselves.
See what I mean about the antiques?
Oh, by the way, there are like what's that word? Not stuffed animals, but
Beanie Babies?
no, animals that
Taxidermy.
Yeah, there's a lot of that around too.
Hmm. I'm not really sure if that's the kind of antiques I'm looking for. As he looks at the stuffed animals.
There's also like really like there's a lot of candelabras, like old looking candelabras too, and vases and some weird quirky like artistic shit that just don't make sense. Maybe like Victorian era stuff that might have been. So there's a lot of that as well. Paintings.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure, Rebecca says, and she doesn't reach out to offer her hand to Garm because the rage is starting to get pretty thick over there and it would be even more awkward. She just kind of manages to make it look polite and graceful that she leans and smiles. Are you okay? Did someone just shoot Nelson?
No, sorry, no, it's fireworks, because it's the 14th.
Oh, happy Bastille Day.
Thank you.
Thanks for not being dead, Nelson.
Yeah, that was a pretty gunnish sound.
I'll try my best every day from not being dead.
So yeah, she's offering Garm a smile. I'm Dr. Wright, Rebecca.
I'm Garm.
Pleasure to meet you, Garm. That's a very unusual name.
That was very rude of you. No, he doesn't say that. No.
I mean, her expression is not. She's not. What's the word? Her expression invites him to talk about it. She's interested, not putting him down.
That's not unusual when you're from Norway.
Oh. Are you from Norway?
I'm even with Rebecca.
That's
I'm
such an awkward conversation.
I mean, we knew this wasn't going to be an unawkward
Yeah.
conversation.
but yeah,
Yes.
Ethan looks. Ethan kind of looks to Rebecca. I mean, from what he said, I would say he was from Norway.
It could be a family name.
Yeah, but then he would have said it's usual. That's usual when you have a Norwegian name, and he'll just nod.
Mostly, what I'm wondering is, well, whether it's a family thing or just
I got named by my mother.
Fair enough. Forgive me.
He's looking at Sam because like that's weird. It feels weird.
Caldwell returns, sets a tray with some fresh pot of or tea there for Rebecca, and a new cup if she wants it, and then hands you guys basically like a one-page menu of what this shop offers. It's a lot of like custom stuff where basically you just tell him what you want, he can kind of whip it up, or there's some already pre-made um, selections there that you can just kind of choose from. And if you're particularly, say, picky, you can be like, I don't want none of this, and then just say, hey, I would like something like this, and he can probably try to whip that up as well.
Hmm. I won't back down from any challenge. I will eat everything. That is
As far as food goes, it's a lot of like finger foods. Um, and it could be quite expensive. That's where it gets to be quite expensive because a lot of it's like real fancy stuff. Just saying. Ed, you look like you would have to eat quite a bit of it to get filled up.
okay. And so your tea is what technically it's when you said because when you described as this being traditional, you mean green tea traditional or old fashioned tea, old fashioned smoked black tea.
It's like traditional English tea mostly,
Okay.
but there's also different, the different types of teas like oolong and jasmine and the other ones as well, and derivatives thereof. And then there's like a list of like the tea leaves he has on house, and other ingredients he has where he can like mix it up and make some kind of custom tea that you would like.
Speaking of which,
How exactly does it work?
Sam will politely ask for a chai masala.
You're not breaking from tradition, are you?
He shakes his head with a smile. I'm someone who knows what he likes.
And he just
I'll have
points
what
at,
you have.
and he just smiles ever so slightly at that. Since you were so nice, I'll give you an extra cinnamon stick. And he looks to Ethan. And you? And he kind of like stands over beside you and kind of like squats, looking you at the face. Or not.
Wait, who she squatted at?
He's squatted alongside Nelson. Or not Nelson, Ethan, excuse me.
Oh, sorry. Ethan will smile at him. Like, this is kind of awful, but a little bit awkward the way I guess Silas is staring at him. But he won't pay too much attention to it, and he'll order some kind of black tea. Something specially made, but that's closer to black tea than anything.
Mm-hmm. And then he'll take the menus from your hands and go about getting that put together. Once again, leaving you guys.
So he'll point to Sam. I know you're Sam. She'll point to Garm. I heard Rebecca say Garm, and he'll look to the girl, and be like, I don't think I've heard your name.
Actually, technically, Cammy is not here.
Oh shit! Sorry, my bad.
I like to say that
You
she
You
has
have future vision.
I have future vision, but yeah. So yeah, he'll just say,
Visionary.
and I think I heard Rebecca say your name was Garm.
Yes, that's my name.
Silas is kind of like giggling to himself a little bit because he just said that he just got on Rebecca about the dude's name, and now he's asking. Anyways, yeah, he's
Into the tea shop, another person will enter. Julie will just just casually walk in, look up, and will order some very, very healthy green tea.
Oh, no. This place is an experience. Hold on. You walked in.
All right. Damn it! Now I gotta do this whole thing again. So, basically, this ritual tea is at the end of a very dim, very dimly lighted business district. It looks a little sketch, right, on the outside. When you walk in, you hear like the old tinny music from a sonograph playing some kind of Victorian era music. Inside, the carpet or the ground is laid mostly laid with where the walking areas are with very nice and intricate carpets. Um, the furniture is oversized and plush, but is definitely frayed. And if there's any leather anywhere, it's definitely cracked and worn. There's a lot of copper and silver furnishings, candelabras, half-burned candles. There's old paintings that they're all dusty. There's a bookshelf on the right-hand side that has like at least a couple hundred books. There's animals that have been gone through the process of taxidermy. Um, they're also kind of like dusty and cobwebby too. In the ceilings, there's definitely cobwebs there as well, and the floors creak ever so slightly when you walk, despite the rugs. And there's a lot of like gaudy colors around, definitely Victorian in nature, maybe even moth-eaten as well. Um, Tears in them, but a lot of like tacky like browns and earth tone colors and even like purples and everything. Yeah, I think that's about the gamut of that. Yeah. So she just comes like right in.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You basically on approach see this very tall, very reedy looking individual. It's almost unsettling how skinny he is. But it's not. He's not thin where it's where he doesn't look like he's like truly emaciated. It's just he's just very 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 small and thin, but very tall. He looks very tired. His posture is very slumped over. Um, his hands seem to be close to his sides at all time. Um, until he approaches you, and he kind of gets in very close to you, almost to the point of drawing concern. And he
Well,
just
not really for Julie. As you come closer, she'll just hug you and says, "Hi, how you doing?" And she hugs you and smiles.
she hugs him.
Yes, she does. You run this place?
He seems like a cat that has been that has been put on a leash, and actually when she goes to hug him, I need to roll this.
Actually,
can you do me a favor? Can you roll me Dex Brawl? And it's just so I have a successes to beat, please. We can just
Oh God. What dice roll are we in? Because I can.
extra dice roller 1.
wait. Oh yeah. Oh man, this is awesome.
That is why I'm here. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Go in and detonate things. Dex. Oh,
I'm in the wrong venue.
I think that's. Well, I have another martial art, but I'm guessing that doesn't count. I mean, depending on what is he trying to do?
He's gonna try to get out of your grasp, but the way he's gonna do it is gonna be really fucking creepy and probably weird.
I'm probably gonna roll that with it. Was that your? No, that's MA. I'm going to roll. Wow. Okay. 4 successes.
Oh Jesus! Oh no, he might not make it out. Okay, so I have double jointed. That's -2, and then
He's just gonna throw his arms in the air and try to snake out. Yeah.
Make the Switchberg just hands in the air and just like sideways go away.
sorry, I've been waiting for somebody to do this for a while now, just so I can try it out. Let me see. I think Slew, I got another weird thing about it as well.
Oh, poor Vaughn. Oh, you gotta explain it so many times now.
Okay, so this is not ropes. Weird. Okay. Well, that's F4 for him. Dex Brawl. He doesn't have any Brawl. Oh, okay. Can't even really beat this, actually. But,
Just roll it anyway, because I mean,
yeah, he
I'll
doesn't.
let you, like, if you remove 2 of mine, if I can't use my, well, that doesn't matter because
No, so basically, when you go to hug him, he recoils, right? Like he tries to like bend down, like try to bring you down like onto the floor with you holding him, but like his back kind of like does this weird like bending formation. Almost looks like he's trying to make a U with his back. But he fails. He realizes that he can't really get out of your grasp and then just kind of like goes limp. But the movement he definitely made was definitely unnatural to try to break free from you.
Okay. Julie will let go, and she'll just say, "Oh, wow, I'm sorry. Like, sometimes I get it. Like people are, they don't like to, personal boundaries and such. But I don't know. I think everyone should be able to hug. I mean, I've heard about this place. Do you work here or what?"
And when she lets him go, he kind of slinks back onto his feet, dusting himself off. Even though he's not really dusty or anything. It's just trying to set himself back up. And then he comes in close, and then with a very British accent, just says, "Yes, I do own this place. Welcome. It is ritual tea. You're welcome here. The hugging thing as well."
Well, you didn't say like you liked it too much, but that's fine.
It caught me off guard.
Okay. I'll say something before I do it next time.
And he just gives her like a very tired wink, and then he like goes about cracking his knuckles in front of her, in a very creepy fashion. Like he just presses his thumbs along the ridge of his knuckles like individually, and they all just kind of crack in concert. And he just throws his hand out to kind of like gesture for her to come in, and kind of just sit where she pleases. Is anybody else gonna come in?
I was waiting. I didn't want to
Okay, I just want to make sure.
You got to do it again.
Oh boy.
Well,
This
Vinny's
is-
heard it. You don't have to do it for Vinny. Vinny's heard the intro a couple times now.
Yeah.
If he just does the thing, let me know.
But you do have to do it for Robbie.
I'm intimidated now. What?
Cammy is going to, after having texted Rebecca, like, hey, what's up? And hey, can we meet up? And she's like, yeah, tea house. And she was like, what? And after getting the address, Cammy walks in, sort of looking around, sort of trying to spy, well, probably the oldest friend she has.
Well, that doesn't seem very nice.
Just a quick thing. If there was a chair, if Julie gets set down and gets served tea, she will go a little bit quiet and seem to concentrate.
Yeah, there's plenty of space in here for you to sit, wherever you would like. Let me see if I can find.
I am using Spirit Sight on the British man who's serving tea, and I do have one success.
What does that confer for you? I'm not sure what that does.
I mean, if you're a werewolf, I think it shows some sort of in-between form of a man and a wolf. I don't know for changelings. I
For
don't know.
changelings, you would need to actually see with VST if the rules that were in revised are still working regarding the spirit side
Vaughn-
and the changeling means.
Yeah.
Vaughn,
Also,
you are-
Spirit Side was never active against changelings. Yeah, I think you needed another sphere.
No, actually, it spirit did a thing. It was mentioned in an old book, but that's the thing. It's in an old book.
So I wouldn't see anything really with Vaughn.
ST
The
discretion.
the only certain option that you have are the werewolf.
Okay, but I'm not looking at anyone else. I'm just looking at this creepy guy. So
Yeah.
She will shake her head a little bit, just touch the bridge of her nose, and just seem to blink a couple of times, and wait for her tea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead and finish, Vinny. I'm sorry.
So Cammy makes her way in, and when she spots her most mature friend, she begins to walk towards that part of the tea house.
Yeah. Anybody else want to come in while we're doing the coming ins, please?
Yeah, sure. As much as I'd like to talk to you, but no. Yeah, Nausicaa will come in and she'll basically like look around, and she sees Julie and glares at her. And
Julie seems to be preoccupied at the moment.
Nausicaa glares at her anyway, and then noticing a whole other group of people that she vaguely knows, she'll be slightly taken aback. And she'll just kind of look suspiciously at everybody and walk over to Julie. And poke her.
When Cammy appears, Rebecca's going to pick up her cup and her tea on the little plate and say, let's move to the couch. There's a little more room. Looks like it's going to be a good night.
So Caldwell looks even a little more tired now, seeing that more people have come in. But yeah, he comes over and he basically kind of stands rather uncomfortably close to Nausicaa.
Oh fuck!
And he kind of leans in, not to like give her a kiss or anything, but almost like if somebody's trying to whisper into your ear. and he just says, and he has a very British accent as well. I'm not going to try to do that, but yeah.
They're the worst.
Yeah. But he just says, "Good evening." He whispers, "Welcome to Ritual Tea. Are you here for this one here?"
Nausicaa's probably been slightly taken off guard as she was glaring at Julie, and if you're very close to her, she'll just kind of like, she will just kind of stare at you, and she'll take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for a friend. We were meant to meet, and she didn't turn up. She'll glare at Julie.
Caldwell's eyes will follow and look at Julie, I guess. And he just says, "Okay, can I get you guys some tea, at least?"
I don't drink tea.
Julie turns around and just says, "Oh, from you? Oh, hi." And she just waves Nausicaa over.
She's standing like right next to you.
Oh yeah, but she will pull out a chair and just like hit her hand on it a couple times, just to her to sit down.
Nausicaa will glare around and sit down. I'll have a Coke, thank you.
Caldwell just cracks his knuckles again. He kind of shifts awkwardly, and then a hand goes to rub him at the back of his neck, and he just says, "My apologies. I don't keep carbonated drinks here."
Deadpan look. Then I will have a tea.
What kind of tea would you like? I make a bunch of custom flavors. It's fine. You can just basically tell me what you want. I can make it. It'll be on the house, of course.
Why?
Because I wasn't able to offer you what you originally wanted.
That doesn't seem like a sound business strategy.
No, but it is my business nonetheless.
Do you have Coke flavored tea?
I can definitely try.
Nausicaa just nods.
He looks to Julie and you, ma'am.
A green tea, if you have it.
Of course. And he will kind of walk over to, I guess, Cammy now.
Mm-hmm.
And again, very close. It's almost as if he kind of like crawls on your back.
Oh no.
Oh no, I forgot about this. Oh no.
It does. It's not like he literally does it, but it's almost like somebody put a bug on your back and down your shirt, and you're not, it's kind of crawling on your back.
So
But he's not actually on you.
But if I'm understanding correctly, you've invaded the purple circle?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
And he just says, "And you? Are you here with them?" And he says very quietly. His voice doesn't seem to muster above a whisper.
Thank God for the new moon. She turns around and seems like she almost bristles when you speak almost directly into her ear, it seems like. She just kind of wheels around, her eyes go really wide, and that reserve of rage inside sort of bubbles up to the surface for a second. And she will immediately take 3 steps back. Do you have just unsweetened iced tea?
Roll for frenzy on the other side.
If he could roll rage, he would. But you just see his chest rise ever so slightly, and then just decompress. It doesn't. It's very minute. But he's not hiding it. and he just quietly nods and then just walks off, like very like almost like offended. But yes, he just walks off and he goes behind the counter and starts making everybody's requests.
The door will once again open.
Caldwell will most likely hear it because he has rather good hearing, and he just turns and he just gives this very predatory like gaze at the door entrance. And when he sees that it's Nathaniel, he will just kind of slump and be like, "Whew, okay, fine."
Nathaniel will enter the store in Slua.
Nathaniel
I
would
see.
know that Caldwell is probably in panic mode right now, just because he's not used to hosting all these people.
Oh boy. So he'll very gently, very carefully close the door behind him, just like,
It's great that we have visual reference.
Keep in mind the door is going.
Yeah, it is definitely squealing as you do that. I'm gonna make tea making rolls here.
Oh my
How
god.
bad I wreck this soda tasting tea.
If you roll a botch, I think you'll make something she'll like.
Yeah.
Nathaniel will kind of wave over to people that he knows. Smile over to Nausicaa.
Scowl.
Scowl. As if he ever expected anything else. And will, kind of saunter his way up to the counter.
Southern or Caldwell will lean in and just whisper to him as he's kind of like doing all this stuff, almost as if it's second nature. And he just says, Nathaniel, good that you're here. I could use your help.
He'll say, I will wait till you're done with all of these.
It's fine.
Your time.
Let me handle these first, and we'll talk.
He'll nod. It's like, ding 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 ding.
And yeah. So you got one success for the soda tea. And you guys can go ahead and do whatever. I'll do tea.
Oh snap.
Julie will just get up while she's waiting for her team, go over and just wave to Cammy and just say, "Hey, Cammy, right?"
Kim just takes a deep breath in. She looks at Julie.
Yes.
And she thinks about what she wants to do.
Rebecca's going to pull out a chair. She got up earlier, and she's going to pull one of the chairs over closer to the bar for Cammy.
So you're still not in the like, still a bit not okay with the hugs or what? Are you
Very not okay with the hugs.
Oh, okay.
But as
That's
far
cool.
from okay with random hugs as anyone could possibly be in the existence of ever, forever, ever.
An approving nod from across the tea house.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, you meeting anyone here, or are you what? You just hanging out?
Came to see a friend of mine. She'll sort of nod over to Rebecca, and I was surprised by some other friends being here. And she'll smile over in the general direction of Garm and Sam.
Sam's sitting next to Rebecca.
So then, yes,
Yeah.
she doesn't have to go very far.
Oh, hey, Rebecca, and Julie will come over and she will give Rebecca a hug. That's
Rebecca returns the hug, gives her a good squeeze.
Wait, did you just notice Rebecca?
well, she
What?
was just pointed out, right?
Okay.
She was just pointed out by Cammy, so that's how she's like, oh.
Lift the eyes towards the newcomer.
Who's the newcomer here? Is that me or is that?
No, Julie.
Just a quick
Go hug
question, Garm. How are you
Oh, shit.
dressed?
Hmm?
How are you dressed?
Biker.
Oh, okay. So it's not like the picture, but
Physically
No,
impressive
I'm not.
biker
I'm
with
not.
one eye. Perfect.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Still pretty terrifying though.
Oh yeah. But like Julie just nods and she looks at Garm and just says, "Hey, how you doing? A friend of yours?" She looks at Rebecca.
I'll point out that Rebecca's hug was maybe a little bit more enthusiastic than it has been before. There's a lot of rage in the room now, all of it over here cuddling with Rebecca. And so
And
someone who doesn't
Julie-
make her feel like she wants to crawl under the table and never see people again is nice. The hug is nice right now. But she
Julie
just
does not
nods.
seem to register the rage whatsoever. She has a big smile on her face and thinks everyone is the best friends.
Absolutely.
Same with Sam.
So you know each other, or like new friends, or what?
We just met.
Oh, okay. Like I didn't think many like you're part of a club or something, or like a motorcycle club. I mean, I didn't think like that was a thing, but I mean, hey, it's good to know that like really like masculine people can also like relax and not be as like just relax and have some tea and relax and be cool, and that's great.
Yes, good for you for defying stereotypes, Garm.
Yeah, that's actually pretty important. And again, people will notice that Julie kind of, I'm not going to say all of it, but Julie just kind of just spaces out a bit and just talks to no one really. But after a while, she'll just like, all right, but yeah, nice to meet you all, and yeah, I'm just gonna go. Yeah, I'll be right over there. And she kind of just walks over and sits back down.
And Cammy's going
He's-
to.
He's gonna lean towards Sam. I'm rethinking our relationship.
Sam's like smile turns into a very sudden, like not exactly a frown, but like very stone faced. So he takes this news very gravely and just kind of says,
I mean, he will continue. He told me I would hate it. I am starting to believe you have foreseen the future.
kind of tucks in his lips and gives Garm a comforting pat on the back.
By the way, Caldwell goes up making his rounds, giving everybody their drinks. Garm has 2 cinnamon sticks in his masala chai. Yeah, and fucking even Cammy gets her very traitorous cold tea that she wanted.
It's hot outside.
Who cares? And you get the green tea for Julie and the soda tasting one, hopefully to Nausicaa. By the way, your like glass, like the cups that you're given are very chipped and even like old looking. There's even some cracks there that might be forming.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nausicaa's gonna take a sip, look kind of grossed out, and then put about 8 spoonfuls of sugar in it,
Yes, that's more realistic.
and then she'll be okay with it.
Ian will smile at Nausicaa. Do you Do you like a little bit of tea with your sugar, do you? And he'll smile. Like teasingly. Like he's not like being mean, but he is like teasing. Like, yeah.
Nausicaa just stares at him, like, and then just turns away.
You know, it's not polite to tea shame someone.
I mean, I didn't want to be mean, but she did put a lot of sugar in there. I mean, it might be good, who knows?
Nausicaa's just going to say to Julie under her breath, "Why are you here? You know some of these people are different."
Like, I was just,
I
you
want to
know,
roll to hear this, by the way. See, what would you say the diff was? Were you whispering?
I
Yeah.
was whispering, but I'm quite happy for you to have heard it. If it's your
Yeah.
place, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I just got like a -3 diff, so if you're okay with me hearing that, I'll gladly.
Yeah, I'm absolutely okay with you hearing it. Especially
Okay. Cool. Then yeah.
I was just, I've been hearing some things about this place, and it sounded weird and, kind of good. And it said that the tea here was supposed to be excellent, so I thought I'd give it a shot. Why are you here? I mean, like, normally you don't always seem to just.
I followed you here because we were supposed to meet to discuss things, and you didn't turn up.
Was that today, or was that this tonight? Wasn't it? Oh, I'm sorry.
Your addiction is starting to affect your work life.
Not an addiction. And it's fine. Like, did we have a meeting tonight? Are you sure about that? Like,
Nausicaa's just glaring at her. Doesn't say anything.
you want ever? Well, I really need to get a calendar or something. But okay, yeah. Look, I'm sorry. But we sometimes we need to unwind and.
So what are you going to do? Drink it and leave?
Yeah, maybe talk to some of the people here. Unwind a bit.
Let's get it over with then.
Yeah, that's not like. Let's get it. That's not really.
Nausicaa's going to stand up with her tea and gesture for Julie to walk over to the rest of the group.
Come on. And like.
Nausicaa's going to go over. Does Julie come?
No, she's trying to get you to sit down again. Like, let's just relax. Let's drink a little. Let's just take it easy, okay?
Just sits down looking grumpy.
So, anything like specific you wanted to talk about? Or?
No.
Right.
Nausicaa's going to sit in there in silence, and the rest of the guys can chat.
Well,
Cammy
Garm is
looks
sure eating
fancy.
his Twinkies.
So, and he'll look to Rebecca. Rebecca, what brought you here?
Oh, I come here often. I love this place. The tea is excellent. The music is very nice. And I enjoy the clientele more than I can possibly say. She kind of grins at Sam.
Nathaniel's 8 spider eyes will blink.
No, she doesn't have a second thought. She can't see that shit, sir. Don't you start. Oh, no. She's not looking at the Slua. She knows what both of you look like, and she has nightmares about it.
Are you saying you are visited? Imbibe a nightmare.
Nope.
Sam smiles back at Rebecca in a very oblivious fashion. Just an everything is fine kind of smile.
Is it like the gif of like things burning?
Kind of, but this one's pretty genuine.
Perfect.
And it seems like the clientele's gotten even better. It's good to see you again, Nathaniel.
God damn it, dog.
It is good to see you too, Rebecca.
Oh, she loves him.
That sounded so condescending.
No, it's not condescending at all. He's just terrifying. And there's already almost been like a werewolf fight, and it's already been a stressful evening, and she's quite fond of him. Look at all the successes. She doesn't even look bothered by thoughts of spider eyes.
Look, man, you're not seeing him. Look here, young lady.
Mm-hmm.
You can do this. I believe in you. You have a really nice place here, Silas.
Silas has like the tray, one of the trays in his hand, or both his hand, and they kind of just clutch between his fingers, and they kind of just like scratch on it slightly, and he just looks to Nathaniel and just says, "If you say so, guess."
Are you two related? Julie will just perk up as she looks at the two.
Nathaniel will look at Silas, look at Julie, look at Silas again.
Not particularly.
Not really.
Wait, not particularly. I mean, you're either related to someone or you're not.
No.
No.
We're not related.
Okay, you'll just nod.
Why is that? Do you believe that all people who talk with a soft voice are related?
It's just you seem kind of similar, and not just the way you talk, but in quite a few ways actually. It's just
Sam actually like reaches out and says, "It's okay. I actually kind of did the same thing, respect and all that. It's okay to talk loud here. Caldwell said."
Yes, feel free to be yourselves. That's why I made this place as comfortable as possible.
There's gonna be a sight left.
He just gives this really he just gives this awkward smile, like, yeah, please, and then but like Rebecca would know that he has no teeth and black lips.
Oh, thanks for pointing that out. Thanks, Fun.
Nathaniel will smile in Slua.
Yeah. We do share some of the same mannerisms, of course. Yes, that's obvious. But no, we are not related, to answer your question.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
Oscar's gonna stand up looking impatient and kind of drag Julie over to the table. If she will come. Hello? This is Alex. She has an unnatural desire for social interaction, so she's going to get it out of her system so we can go.
And apparently I am friends with the first human android.
You know I'm not
So-
an android.
I know.
Is everything okay?
Yeah,
You just-
it's fine. It's just Anna here is a little. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a problem. You know what? Let's just.
Good to see you again, Anna.
Is her second name... Sorry, is her second name Abasam or White? Right.
It's right, Abasam.
All right. Hello,
Right.
Dr. White Abasam. It is... Thanks for a moment. A pleasure to see you again.
I'm so glad. The pleasure's all mine.
When Sam hears the familiar voice and name, he just kind of turns his head, and his cheery smile just fades into a very casual smile.
Oscar sees Sam. And there's a kind of like accusing look. Like,
A mutual
Oh.
silent stare.
are you following me? She doesn't say anything.
You know, out of character, Sam has struggled with that exact plight with other people
In this room.
in this room. It was a point of contention. And now Sam is just shrinking.
Aw.
Just, in fact, he'll raise a sure, yeah, he'll raise a finger to his collar to let out some of the steam awkwardly.
Rebecca's just going to reach over and give his shoulder a squeeze. Sorry.
Ethan will look to Nausicaa and be like, "You mean like you were following her?" Pointing to Jessica, to Julie.
Julie has a place to be, and she's not here because of her desires to socialize with strangers. So ignore me and please talk to her until
Yeah,
go.
I don't think anyone can ignore you. Not that they should, but let's just go. It's really it's fine. It's nice to see you all, but
Is everyone here really strangers? It just seems like a wonderful tangled web of connections here.
Ha!
Julie will try desperately to get out of this, and then we'll just say, all right, let's go on.
Okay. Nausicaa will then nod and just walk out.
Yeah, and then Julie can be seen like just shaking her head a bit as she walks out.
Do come back.
Oh, I will. Thanks for the tea, and yeah, she will leave.
Don't leave me with the werewolves and the spiders. And whatever Silas is.
Hey,
This is why you made that hunter. You live
It
for
is. 100%.
This is all.
AMA, don't worry. The spiders are nice.
this. We are actually.
They are nice.
I mean, Ethan's here. He can't do much because he's like super new. But
We don't actually want to liquefy your insides and drink you.
Thanks. You're making
mean-
it better, Max.
I might, but I'm not
Oh,
gonna
no.
tell you that. But yeah, anyways. So Caldwell will go about picking up the leftover teacups, and well, actually, if there's any tea, well, no, there's not much tea left because it's nothing but sugar now. Never mind. But yeah, he will just start going about cleaning everything up.
Rebecca kind of glances around it at who's left, and her eyes did not linger on Garm.
Oh, shit. I forgot to mention. Vaughn. there's obviously Nathaniel Spider with him, but following him are 2 dragon pups.
Oh, Huh.
Caldwell stops and stares at seemingly nothing, just like you seen that GIF, like when somebody you're very shocked at something, just like you just do that blinking thing. That's okay. He does for a second, and then continues to walk on, and it just goes about washing and taking care of these cups while looking at these chimerical dragon pups.
Somehow, not seeing those things make me sad.
I was gonna say, are you really gonna do that to me? Are you really gonna stare at nothing?
Yep. Get fucked.
Ah, shit.
My conviction.
Activate
Yeah.
that second sight. Work for
Yeah,
it.
Ethan is going to activate second sight.
Oh no! Don't do it in here! Oh god!
While that's happening, just real quick, as Nausicaa and Julie kind of make an exit, Sam will shoot a quick text to Nausicaa just to say wasn't just something along the lines of wasn't following you, comma, I frequent this place. You are most welcome here. Smiley face. And yeah.
So reminder, what do I need to do to activate second sight again?
You simply declare it and spend a point of conviction.
Okay, so I don't roll anything for it.
No.
You son of a bitch.
So let me pull up a picture of Nathaniel's family.
Oh no!
So, what does second sight do exactly?
Second
allows-
sight. Yeah. You see shit, man. Specifically for Ethan, because you haven't gotten to do this before. Give me 1 second to load up the GIF. I have a GIF specifically for what you see from Sam, Garm, and Cammy. Fuckity fuck. Almost there. I'm almost there. Ah! Here it is. It's a flickers of wolfishness of a more primal form. It appears in flashes. It's very violent, very primal.
Okay, and then I see that for Nathaniel. And what do I see for Cyrus? Oh, okay.
Basically,
So-
like one of these guys, like just more. He doesn't wear any shoes. He looks really gangly. Again, even more tired looking. And you even see, I guess you would see his chimerical spider just like crawl on his face.
So yeah, Ethan. I'll say Ethan puts his.
Yeah.
I have just one aspect that I would like to know for Nelson, whether or not that has any difference or not. What does second sight? How does second sight work regarding spirit heritage or spirits?
It's a good call. Book doesn't say. For now, I'm going to save details like that for different stuff. Yeah.
All right, just wanted to know.
You're good. You're good.
So yeah, I'll say Ethan kind of. He was having a sip of his tea and he puts it down, and when he puts the tea down and looks back up, he looks in front of him and he just flips, like he just pushes back to the point where his sofa he was sitting on just flips to the other side, like flips on its back, and he just falls on his ass. Holy shit!
Reaches over quickly to wow. see if he's
I'm
okay.
gonna
She gets off
PNE
her
that.
stool to see if he's okay. And she's going to like crouch over him, like hiding. I'll roll to do it in a way that looks natural. What should I roll?
Wait a second. I just want to say that when he does that, Silas is going to walk over and like peer over him. But since you still have second sight active, you're going to see that spider like draw a piece of silk from his nose and like try to like fall towards Ethan's face.
Now I'm closer. Rebecca's trying to shield him from all this. She knows what just happened. She knows what just happened. She's gonna try and shield him from all this, and I'm closer, Mister. I'll roll initiative.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Does Ethan? I would guess by him falling on his ass and all, saying "holy shit," he's not really trying to hide anything. But yeah, I rolled PNE and got 3 successes. That's not normal.
I mean, he didn't try to hide it because it all came of a sudden. He was like, he didn't expect so much. Like like he saw something weird, so he's like, "Oh, activate second sight. There might be one person that's weird in here." And then he saw that everybody was fucking fuck. It's like that was totally unexpected, and like, well, see, he just saw. He's very new to the whole supernatural thing, and he'd never seen anything that he's just seen right now. Like, he's never seen werewolves. He's seen changelings, but yeah. So he just kind of, yeah. This is all very new to him. So he just flips back like he's super surprised.
So you've seen something that really disturbed you when you looked at everybody.
Yeah, you're not sure. You're not sure if he looked at you, but yeah, it's like he saw something in the whole room. Like it's a whole room, I'd say. That he saw. He looked back. He saw the whole room, and he just freaked out.
I think it'd be really hard to tell what made him freak out, especially because a freak out is so overt. Like getting any kind of like why he's freaking out, I'm gonna guess would probably be super hard.
I'm down with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Personally, I think in order to get like the whole story, you had to have been studying him like before he freaked out.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not talking about getting the whole story. I'm just wanting to assess the situation.
So yeah, I'd say you're not sure what he saw exactly, but he saw. It's like you can tell it's not one thing he saw. He saw a whole bunch of shit that surprised him. I'll say that's fair.
I feel like that's still pretty specific for a peony of someone who's kind of freaking out. But anyway, I know Damien is trustworthy with his interpretations, so take what from you will, Damien. Or whatever order those words go in. Rebecca's going to try and crouch over Ethan and like physically shield him while she says, "Are you okay? Did something bite you?" And with her back to everybody else and her face just towards him, she's just gonna mouth, "It's okay, it's okay."
Oh dear, did something bite you?
Subterfuge. I do have subterfuge.
You got this. You got this.
Subterfuge. What is it again? With subterfuge?
Manipulation, subterfuge.
No,
if you're trying to lie.
And there's a whole room here. I'll use a point of willpower in this. That's 2 successes with the willpower.
Not in the fan.
Sorry.
And what's he say?
And he'll say, yeah, I think a spider bit me or something.
There are. Rebecca looks up at the cobwebs with like one hand on on Ethan's chest. She looks pointedly at the cobwebs above them.
Which you say by looking at the weird, creepy spider guy.
Probably.
Creeping spiders on them? Is that what's happening now?
Spiders, you say?
God damn it, Max.
I need you to get close to the camera, Max. When you say that,
You're gonna make another gif out of it.
maybe.
Oh dear. Let me see
Vaughn.
if that was the case. And then he
Did-
comes over. Do you still have second sight up?
I'll say as he gets up, he kind of turns it off because this is all too freaky for him.
Oh no! Oh no!
Okay. You do see that Silas looks at you rather like intently. Like, spiders, you say? And he just, inward drawn eyes, like just all black, like judging you like real hard. And then he just goes about like lightly touching on you, like almost like a cop would frisk somebody for a weapon. Though he doesn't, he's very like aware of like like personal areas. So he doesn't touch those, but like he seems like he's legit looking for a spider, but
Spooder bites.
he just says, "Are you sure? Are you pulling my chain?"
I mean, I felt something in my hand. I thought it was a spider. I freaked out.
I heard that about 13% of people who get bitten by a spider and don't get it treated end up with MRSA.
Yes, I heard of that too. Yes, that's. Yeah.
And MRSA doesn't go away ever. It's like you always have MRSA.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you should check tonight and see if you've got a bite somewhere. Ethan. Are you okay? She like peers at him as she asks.
If you give me your hand, I can check and let you know.
So, what was that, Ron?
If you give me your hand, I can check and let you know.
And he'll be like,
And he's definitely on top of you. Imagine how a spider would wrap something like up in silk and like do that little spinning thing. That's like how he's on you right now. Like,
yeah, Ethan just goes, "Ha ha! I'll be fine."
Best
your face.
dodge ever.
he just gives Nelson or Ethan the waifu pat in the head, like very lightly, and just kind of steps away.
What's actually more terrifying is that the average adult swallows 8 spiders a year in their sleep. It's true.
It is, and how unfortunate. Anyway,
It's not like you can taste it.
I mean, they're probably a good source of protein, though.
You're asleep, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, nutrition's nutrition, darn.
Nathaniel's just keeping an eye on Rebecca, as if he has a feeling that she's gonna throw up.
She's not going to throw up at all. She's watching. Her attention is entirely on Ethan. That's 4 successes to see how he's doing, how he's recovering. She knows what he saw.
Yeah, he's trying to relax now. You can see he did what? Well, you can see he's trying to relax, and well, as he turned off what he was freaking him out, it's working, but it will take maybe a minute or two.
Yeah, she doesn't look like she's going to throw up. She looks worried and like her face kind of twitches, like the conversation is registering, and she keeps trying to like come up with a polite way to answer this conversation, and there just is none. So she's looking a little bit frazzled, but not nauseous.
Razzle dazzle.
Caldwell just closes one eye, looks at Nathaniel, and kind of walks off. And you can hear him kind of shuffling around the front again, away from the group. But Caldwell is feeling a little bit like an asshole, so he's going to roll for a bunk. Well, he's going to roll for an art.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
Are you gonna use anything for a bunk, Van?
Oh, yeah, what he's going to do is he's going to try to place himself where there's some good light coming across from him, like where you could see his shadow on the far wall behind Rebecca and them. And he's going to use his hands to make like a spidery motion, and then he's going to use Autumn 1 to use the shadows to make it look like a spider is crawling down from the ceiling.
Because he feels like an asshole.
Yeah.
Where's this spider?
You don't know. Shadow.
You said.
Shadow.
So wait, it.
So you're seeing the shadow of like a spider dangling from the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Like if
over Rebecca.
Yeah, like over Rebecca. Like behind
her. Ethan.
Yeah, basically it's for Ethan to see, not like anybody else. But if they happen to see it, then
like
this is a magical thing, isn't it?
Saucy bastard.
It is a.
Anybody remember if that's a Perception Primal Urge 6 or 8 diff?
I think it's 6.
Or what?
To feel someone making a magic.
Anyone want a PM and ST?
But he didn't roll it yet.
Let me check in the rules. Rules.
Got rules.
Yeah, got rules. Primal Urge.
Wait, actually, I don't know if I can or not, because I don't know if I have the right art or realm.
I don't see a precision on this.
What realm are you using, Vaughn?
I don't know if it would be
realm of
actor
spiders.
or Fae, because I'm using my own body to like mimic it.
I think you're
shadow.
I think because it's affecting like. I think it's you interacting with like the scene.
So yeah, I don't have scene. So yeah, never mind.
Scene is not something you use to influence things. It's what you use to influence a larger area.
Oh,
scene
right.
in itself, scene in and of itself doesn't do anything.
That'd be prop then, wouldn't it?
I think so. It's not actor, in any case.
No, actor would be if you specifically want Ethan to see it.
Well,
but like only Ethan.
Yeah, it would be only Ethan.
I think at the level of Oh, that's a good point. But at the same time, at the level of speculation we're at, we should probably get an ST involved.
Let's see. Also, how much actor would you have at that point? Because that also decides if you whether or not you can affect him.
1. Actor 1.
I don't think that's enough.
Okay.
Wait, I have Lindsay here. He's online. Let's see.
You know, Ethan would be a true friend for you to affect him with actor 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You know what? Never mind then. Yeah, don't worry about it. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Still not familiar with all these things.
No worries. So yeah, when Silas goes to the like the back or front or whatever, he stepped away, and Fanny will kind of shuffle on behind him.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't seem to mind too much. He can, with as much as he can hear, he can probably tell that it's actually that slow shuffling. So
Like the silent step,
mm-hmm.
step, step.
The floorboards just creak ever so slightly too, just very lightly.
Damnation.
And he just turns and he just says, "How did you get those?"
Would you believe me if I said that I don't remember?
Yeah, I would. Considering what we deal with, yes. But they follow you.
They do. They were apparently apparently I was the first thing they saw when they hatched. So now they've imprinted me on themselves, I guess.
Congratulations, you're a dad.
Well, they say mom, but yes.
You're a parent. You must be proud.
I don't know.
Do you have names for them?
Yes. And I am going to pull up my fucking cheat now. Um, this one I call, well, the nicknames. This one is called Selhas, and that one is called Curd.
Ah. They are quite adorable. I'm rather jealous that you got such neat pets. And whelplings, nonetheless.
Kurt's very shy, and Selhas likes to nibble. They got along quite well with Sa.
Who's that?
Sa's my spider.
Oh, you never told me that.
Oh, right.
We didn't get a chance to talk in much detail last time.
No. You should come visit Vanessa. The library has many things.
Yeah, me and Puck and I have a date to, well, not really a date, but we're going to speak with Mariposa and stop by the library. Considering everything's going on, have you learned anything?
How much do you currently know about the nightmare in the dream?
Misha informed me of Baku and Mara.
Right. So someone a long time ago, well, specifically two Kifs a long time ago, worshipped Mara. They fed her until she grew strong and powerful. They were the children of nightmares. Take a guess at which two Kifs they were, or rather are.
The Shadow People?
The Slua and the Ratcaps.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, sorry. That made sense. That was my first guess, but I should have went with that. But yeah, he just nods quietly.
We probably have some sort of connection to Mara. Whereas others might have a closer connection to Baku. Now we just need to find out how to use it.
Well, from what I understand, like you said, we are made from nightmares, right? So it makes sense if she would almost be our mother. Yeah, that's ostensible sense.
That's creepy.
Hmm. He just shrugs. It is who we are. I guess it's fitting, right?
He shrugs.
I am my own person. I think. Guess. Just because I have flashes of other lives going through my mind every now and again doesn't mean I'm not me.
Not true. But you're, as far as I know, the souls we're born from the nightmares.
I guess.
You're still you. Nothing changes that. You're just born from a specific nightmare, as far as I understand it. I could be wrong.
Probably.
Are we both like just like kind of like playing with our like spiders as we talk about this? Like,
Probably.
I just imagine like Silas making like a cat's cradle, like with his spiders like silk.
All we can hear from the other room is the sound of knuckles cracking.
And yeah, the knuckles cracking as he like goes to like ruin it and then make another one. Yeah, or
Hey.
something else.
Nathaniel does have 4 dots in crafts with textiles and weaving, so you know what? He's a very good web crafter.
Oh, nice. Silas, this is not. It's just random like crisscrosses and zags. It's nothing too particularly impressive, but yeah.
Meanwhile, in the not creepy corner,
Yep.
what is going on in normal people land?
Cammy hasn't taken a seat yet, has she?
I don't remember now. To be honest.
Rebecca pulled a chair over for her.
There's space?
I mean, so we're at the bar, and Ethan's on one side, and Sam's on the other. So she pulled a chair over to, like, basically triangulate, so she could turn around and basically turn it into a tables behind me, friends on either side, friend in front of me kind of thing.
Oh, you guys are at the bar now?
I thought we've been at the bar the whole time.
At the front? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Our perception of reality is skewed.
Yes, it is.
I tried to get up and move everybody, but nobody moved, so I just got the chair.
I'm gonna say that Cammy sat in the chair and then stood up, but then sat back down again when Ethan did the couch flip. Because that shit was surprising and unexpected. And then she goes back to sipping on her iced tea.
Were you going to do a thing, Robbie?
No, I was gonna offer a chair next to Garm, but she's already got one. No.
Oh no, Mr. Frodo.
No.
So, Becca, how are things been? How are you dealing with the heat?
Oh, things have been good. I've been trying to get out and exercise more, walking around in the parks a little bit.
I think that
Kind of
at this
get
time
back
of
in the
year with the heat, that's taking your life into your own hands.
I don't mind the heat very much, and you know, it's a different kind of coolness outside in nature, even if it's city nature. A little sweat never hurt anybody. And the trees are doing interesting things this time of year. She says, which is not a lie, and I'm not rolling for it.
Well, that's good.
How about you? I like what you've done with your hair.
Oh, thank you. I don't know. I've mainly been trying to avoid the open sunlight because it's hot. So I stay in a lot.
So you stayed inside and your hair turned purple?
This is Ty. What's your name again?
Ethan, and he'll say with a smile.
Yeah, Ethan. This is hair dye. I
It
would
was a
love it.
joke.
Hmm?
He was joking.
Not so up on those social cues. Cues. Hey.
It happens when you spend too much time inside. Maybe you want to come walk with me sometime. Parks? They're nice.
Parks are wonderful. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Probably wouldn't hurt to walk more and be out of the house a little bit more, even if I may die of heat stroke at any moment.
I'll bring water.
But
Keep
I've
you
got water
hydrated.
covered. I've got water so covered.
Which is not a lie, and I'm not going to make you roll for that. Rebecca's not going to respond. She knows about the water.
So, Sam, what have you been up to?
Hey, he says, kind of a breath. Good. Been here. And he kind of gestures over to Garm as well.
So is this like a hangout spot for you, this tea house?
Yes, it is.
So, if I was going to go with anything other than a cool drink, what would be the best tea to have then?
I think it's one of those where it depends on your taste. There's not really an answer.
Trying to remember what that out of character. I'm trying to remember what that really nasty tea was before.
Oh no!
Seaweed tea.
Seaweed tea, yeah.
That was a Selkie special. Oh gosh. You're gonna let him know they can make her order that? That's funny.
Fucking no, Sam wouldn't do that.
Roll humanity.
No. Sam is holding a round, weathered cup and stirring his tea with a stalk of cinnamon, and just says, "Well, I only have the same thing every time I come, so I can only vouch for the masala chai, but I haven't seen anyone else displeased with anything else they've got, so."
Except for, what was her name? Ava. Yeah, I think Ava.
She never gave her name out as Ava. Never does.
No, she's met Ava before.
Yeah, but Ava doesn't give out the name Ava.
Oh, is it Nazca that she uses? Whatever name that she uses is an
Anna.
alias.
Nazca's Anna.
Yeah, Anna. Okay, yeah, so Anna. Yeah, except for Anna, of course, because wow, that was a lot of sugar. Like I put a lot of sugar in my coffee, and that was still a bit excessive.
Starting to learn very quickly that Anna is a very peculiar person.
I'm beginning to get that impression. I kind of had that impression, but I'm getting it more and more. But she'll hold up a finger and smile. She is respectful of boundaries.
Yeah, Sam kind of tucks in his lips some and nods agreeingly.
Julie, on the other hand, not so much.
Speaking of boundaries,
No.
is that all you wanted to talk about there, Nathaniel? Before I guess we go back out to be okay. So after the Slua congregate and probably like the darkest corner in this room or in the shop at least, far away from you guys. At least I know that Caldwell will come back out and kind of like stand probably just behind. Well, no, you guys are at the bar, so like he stands behind the counter. Never mind. Sorry. Does anybody need anything?
I'm gonna try that chai thing that Sam's trying.
Masala chai?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good choice. And
I've had a minute to cool down.
I guess that tea, he says it rather derisively, helped you, then I'm glad. Fair enough. I will work on it for you right now.
Awesome. And Garm, how's life
Yeah.
with you? Anything fun, interesting, indifferent?
Sam scratches the back of his head. Just kind of looks off camera.
Sam invited me here. That's something new.
Oh. Cool. And are you liking it so far? You know, being out in the big city, under the city lights.
It's full of weirdos.
I feel like it's a really relative term talking about anybody who actually resides in New York City. Just saying.
He's not wrong.
True. On my way here, I passed a homeless guy who was asking for he was sitting out there with a hat out for money, and he had a sign that he was holding up, and it said, "Justin Bieber stole all my weed." I felt really bad for him. Because Justin Bieber sounds like an asshole.
Who's Justin Bieber?
Fellow countryman, we were so glad to be rid of him.
Oh.
He's
Either
a
way.
singer, dancer. He
All around menace to society.
pop star. He's a pop star.
Gross. Anyways,
Sam nods concurringly.
he hands over a nice cup of masala chai with a cinnamon stalk in it in front of Cammy. He doesn't give her a pot. He just gives her that one cup in case she for some reason doesn't like it. So he got one success on it. So
Well,
there you go.
she's going to take a taste of it, and having never had a chai tea before, what does it taste like?
Fuck if I know. Ask.
Tastes like hot water.
No, it's got
No.
spices in it.
No,
It's got
chai tea.
spices in it.
Chai tea is delicious. It's got
it's-
some really great spices in it. It's got a really sharp bite to it. If you get good chai tea,
Strong, spicy, and this specifically has given that there is a fucking stalk of cinnamon in it.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes strongly of cinnamon.
Ooh. And does it have a kick to it, like the caffeinated kick?
Yeah.
Oh. So
most of the tea is caffeinated unless you specifically ask for it not to be. but
Well,
it's not like super overpowered or whatever.
Cammy's going to
You
take a
wanna
sip of
kick
it.
Garm has a flask.
Not that kind of kick. Cammy takes a sip out of it, and she blinks a few times. Her eyes go a little bit wide. This is amazing.
Sam,
He just quirks a brow and he just says, "If you say so."
It's like a slightly bitterish, sweetish cinnamon. And whew, I could drink this. I don't think I could completely replace coffee with it, but damn, I could drink this.
Sam nods and gives her a thumbs up. It's my weapon of choice. My poison,
It'd
if you
probably
will.
well, it's probably better for me than 6 cans of Red Bull a morning. So
100% it's better than you. Unequivocally, it's better than you. It generates less waste. It is less toxic on your body, organ system. It is made from all natural materials and ingredients.
Doesn't
Yeah.
smell like chemical disease.
Sorry.
Red Bull.
Did you say Red Bull?
Yes.
I did not hear what the fuck you said. I'm sorry.
No, he said that it smelled like chemical disease. Red Bull.
Oh, Red Bull. Okay. He's saying that about the tea?
No, you saying that about Red Bull.
Oh, okay, cool. Just making sure.
I just drank so much of it because I was, really hoping to maybe someday get those wings that they promised.
You're more likely to get them from these lovely natural tastes.
Yeah, or through other means.
Nelson, you've got an echo. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Well, what other means? I mean, I guess I could get buffalo wings. Those are kind of like I am getting wings, just not the ones I hoped for. I could probably also go on Etsy.
I mean, if you ask the right people. He's just got a sip of tea, looking at her.
Sam will try his best to sip his tea at the exact same time.
So, 1 sip of tea means Theurging, 3 sip of tea means Arun. Secret code.
The code of
You all seem rather comfortable with each other. Have you known each other long?
Not particularly. She'll look at Sam.
Garm and I have hung out a couple of times, yes?
And how did you meet him? Or how did you meet each other?
On a parking lot.
Oh no, we met before that.
Mm.
Remember I
In a park.
He nods. He smiles and nods emphatically.
Met in a park. Which park?
Fuck you, Vaughn. And he's gonna roll some nips up and say Owl's Head Park.
Somewhere that's definitely not known as werewolf territory, like, sheesh.
Yeah.
Peony is considered social, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, people
No, if you are rolling anything that involves one of these social stats, so if you're rolling manip, charisma, or appearance, that's a social roll for you. If you are rolling perception, it doesn't apply if the modifier is against social rolls.
Oh, okay.
Would good listener come into play here, do you think? Maybe, perhaps? No, it doesn't matter anyways. You only got one success.
Nelson, check side chat.
So you say Owl's Head Park?
Owl's Head, yeah.
Rebecca's head comes up slightly. She glances at Sam and then at Garm. And then goes back to her tea.
She knows we're fucking lying.
Are you particularly fond of parks, Garm?
I happen to be more of an outside person rather than an inside person.
That is a rather interesting answer.
I think that's supposed to be a yes.
Huh?
Isn't like, I think that's supposed to be a yes.
It probably is.
He's dressed in motorcycle gear, right?
Yeah.
He just looks sheepishly at you. I would suppose so. I guess riding your motorcycle indoors would be not very exciting.
He's thinking really hard about this. Because the first thing that popped into his mind about motorcycle on the inside is him throwing a motorcycle through windows at somebody. And after a pause, he's like, yes, I guess outside is better for my motorcycle.
And what about Cammy?
I met Sam. I think it was, what was it? A bar or was a coffee shop? I can't remember.
It was a different coffee shop.
Yes, coffee shop. And
It was
yeah,
rather brief, if I recall.
it was. But it was a pleasant first meeting.
He nods.
She'll look over. She'll look over at Codwell and simply gesture. Sam has impeccable manners. Makes a good first impression.
Thank you.
That he does. I don't think I would have kept him around long enough if he didn't. Or anymore if he didn't. Plus,
Smiles.
It was rather amusing of him to break the ice by whispering at me, thinking that this was the norm.
I thought I was just being respectful.
I know.
Nefadi will come back from the back where he's been for some time now, and he walks a bit like he's done, like there are things walking at his feet.
You're gonna make me spend that conviction, aren't you?
You know you want to.
You know you want to, MA.
I thought you already activated Second Sight.
No, Rebecca did.
No.
Oh, okay.
She was, before she could, Ethan lost his shit. And I got distracted. Okay, she'll do it. I don't think can she see the dragons?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm assuming if you can see people's chimerical, like, Famian, like, you should be able to see that.
Yeah. I think we talked about it before and we allowed it.
No, it means you can see chimerical reality.
Yeah.
In that case, she is going to roll to not have a dragon face on. Especially not a baby dragons! Oh my god, they're baby dragons! She has 4 successes to not make that noise.
So at Nathaniel's feet are 2 tiny purple dragon pups. And like when I mean tiny, they're like York Terrier size.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Well,
rescue them.
One of them hides behind Nathaniel's left side, and whilst the other one playfully nips at his right leg, and he's just like. In the meantime, you have to deal with monster spiders, Lua.
yeah, exactly. It's the little tiny baby dragons and also 2 Slua and 3 werewolves. That's great. It's okay. She has 4 successes. She's okay.
So she doesn't turn Ethan and just
No.
split.
Nope, she doesn't. She doesn't even lose the color in her face. She just pulls a deep breath and sips her tea.
I kind of want to know her internal thoughts right now.
They're very complicated.
That's why I want to know, Evie.
I mean, she's like,
Well, you will never know because hunters are immune to mind shit when second sight is active. So, fuck right off. I jest.
Oh, goddamn, Robbie. Don't need to get violent about it.
I mean, she did say, "Oh, dragon." I think that's her inner monologue.
Oh my god, baby dragons! Oh my god, that's a monstrous thing. So Nathaniel will, as he's walking away, will whisper again because that's the only way he talks towards Caldwell, and Silas will be able to really easily pick it up because -3 difficulty to all perception rolls. Because I'd like to point something out. There's just this really weird thing how these 2 people have been whispering to each other from seemingly long distances and still be able to perfectly understand each other. It's like, I'm gonna have to go. I'll come back soon again.
I look forward to it. Ta-ta for now, my friend.
And he will wiggle his fingers in between his fingers are these little spidery webs. And then he'll turn and walk away.
It's good to see you again, Nathaniel. Good evening.
Oh no, I may.
Oh, what?
You activated my trap card.
Bye.
Silas's eyes will just cut at Nathaniel's feet as he watched those dragon pups kind of follow behind him, and he's just like, man, I really wish I had dragon pups. Just daydreams for a minute.
They're adorable. I even have their stats.
Aww.
They're weak as shit.
Aww. Doesn't matter. Aww.
Rebecca stares at that face and smiles faintly.
And all of his 8 eyes will blink. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just do the goodbye.
Bye.
She watches him go and turns back to look at Caldwell.
Caldwell's just kind of leaning on the counter on his forearms, and he just balls his fist up and starts cracking his knuckles again.
I should probably be going as well.
What a shame.
Thank you so much for the tea. I got a lot of work done. It's good to see people.
It was good to see you too. I'll no doubtly see you again.
Does he smile with no teeth?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. She smiles back at him.
I should probably get going too. It's getting about time when my break is off, so I should probably get a run soon. Thank you for the tea, though.
You're welcome. Do take care.
And he'll nod.
Rebecca gives a smile at all the werewolves. Smiles into the face of the flickering beasts. And heads for the door. She does glance around for spiders that she couldn't see before, just to see if she can see any extra spiders that she couldn't see before, or anything else awful in the corners, because, she might as well know.
Not a damn thing. Like, the only one that you saw most likely was the one on Silas himself.
Uh-huh.
And that was nowhere near Homeboy.
Is Ethan coming out with her?
Yeah, I was gonna say, as they walk out, probably not right as they're out, but probably as they're out of the alley that it's in, like at the other end of the alley. He'll look at Rebecca and be like, "So, remind me not to try and see things just anywhere again. That was a mistake."
We should talk later. Are you okay?
I mean, it was freaky. She scared the shit out of me, but...
I understand.
And he'll take a deep breath and actually kind of look seriously at her and be like, as much as it scared me somewhere, it reassures me on my beliefs. They might be different, but I just spent, well, what, an hour and a half with them, and no harm came of me. They didn't try to harm me. I don't see why, if they mean no harm, why something should be done. We should, if they mean no harm, should leave them be.
Keep in mind that people mean different harms at different times, but these ones are friends.
And he'll smile. Yeah, he'll smile. He'll nod. They seem friendly, at least. What I mean is, well, we're not sure what they are, what they mean. We have no direct reason to see them a threat yet.
And now you know a secret that could put their lives in danger. Be careful with it.
And he'll nod.
She's gonna give him a squeeze on the arm and head out.
And Ethan will get in his car, as his phone will beep, and he'll go on his go pick up someone.
Well, Sam will gesture to the seat next to him that is now empty, where Rebecca once sat, inviting Cammy over.
Cammy will come over and sit down. This is really good tea.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, I'm glad that you decided to give it a chance.
Well, if this had been a little bit later in the year when it wasn't so damn hot outside, I probably would have started with this. But as it is, walking from the subway to here is still somewhat torturous.
I can understand that. I'm not one for sunlight myself.
I honestly think it's bad for you, but my doctor says you need your vitamin D.
Tim nods. Like yes, that is correct.
You know, I could get it out of like milk and supplements and stuff, but everyone's like, oh, the natural stuff's better for you.
Natural is good.
It is. It's just sunburn and heat and sweat and nasty and having to take like 3 showers a day. Not fun.
You must sweat profusely then.
I didn't hear that one.
Sorry.
It's really. I appreciate the commitment to your character.
He just says, you must sweat profusely then. I wonder if it's all the concrete and the glass that is in the city that contributes to unbearable temperatures.
I mean, it's possible. Might also be that there's just not a lot of airflow getting through, so the heat just kind of lingers. A lot of things to think about when you come to think, or when you really kind of settle down on it. But
That's true. There is
I
times
usually do all
where
right because I hang out inside with a window unit AC pointing right at me, and it's amazing.
it's probably why it's much harder than usual for you. When you do such things, your body gets acclimated to that. So when you go out and try to be in the city, it takes a toll on you much more than usual.
Yes. Sam, you, however, seem to thrive.
Oh, yes. I've spent a lot of time outside. I very much enjoy the outdoors.
And apparently so does Garm.
Yes.
Would you like another masala chai or something else there? He whispers. I don't know how
No,
much you've finished.
I'm good. And he will get up. That was interesting. And he's just gonna make a nod at the creeper and keep her distance because he knows the creeper knows no bound.
He is
No.
safely behind the counter.
Good. And he will turn to Sam. I will see you later.
Yeah, Sam nods at him and offers a hand to shake. And if Garm accepts it, he'll kind of lean in some and just very, very lowly say, thank you.
Yes.
I'm gonna put you in the face later for this.
No, I call that exercising his muscle memory. Try to follow the program, Van. Like we're trying to make him a better Garu. And he will nod to Cammy, and he will walk out and take his motorcycle and just vroom vroom away.
Does he ride a crotch rocket or is it a like a street bike?
He's riding an old Harley.
Okay, so yeah.
And I'm gonna vroom vroom to my bed. It's 2 a.m. Vroom vroom.
Good night,
Good
thank you
night.
for the scene.
Yep, night man.
It's vroom vroom.
And Cammy will look down at her phone, sort of nervously. Well, I have to go do some research about possibly taking someone out and stuff.
Sam Sam's expression changes some, and he just nods slowly.
Oh, do you have a date?
Yeah, a little bit. It's just not great with that sort of stuff. So I'm going to go and do an obsessive amount of research before I even commit to anything.
You have an idea where you're going to take them?
Not a clue just yet. Someone suggested Coney Island, so maybe Coney Island.
The boardwalk there is nice. Bunch of games and a Ferris wheel. That could definitely be a nice setting for a date. I wish you luck.
Well, thank you. And she'll turn to Sam as she stands up.
Mhm.
I'll be seeing you around relatively soon.
Sam offers his hand to shake.
She only hesitates for a little bit because she's getting better at this, and she'll take his hand and shake it.
And when she does, she'll, very casually shake, but say, "Look forward to our next 5 minutes."
Indeed. And she'll take a few steps back and take one last drink out of her tea glass before walking off.
Mm-hmm.
Sam kind of sits down a little bit quick, a little bit defeatedly.
Something the matter? So?
Just, it's difficult to put into words. I hope you understand.
I can try to understand if you tell me.
He just kind of looks at the table or countertop and nods, holding his cup with both hands now. Only taking his other hand off to stir gently, idly, to try and focus his thoughts, almost as if he's pacing. He just kind of says, I never thought I'd see a day when I at a loss for words, but it's I suppose the easiest way to put it is that I don't get to spend very much time with my family anymore, and I kind of miss that.
He just raises an eyebrow, questioning your mother and your father.
And he'll nod, but I'm gonna roll to manip sub.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I'll even say like you probably have a lower diff to notice this one.
Do you think good listener comes into play here?
Absolutely. If ever there was a time to be a good listener.
So what, normal diff is what, 6? That drops mine by 2, so
Probably put you down to diff 3.
oh shit. So yeah, he just says, or he just seems really intent on you right now.
Yeah, the fact that when you're listening to him and you notice he tucks his lips in when he nods, which is almost kind of like a tell that he's trying not to say something, as well as him giving a nonverbal confirmation to tell that there's something he's not saying.
You can spit it out. I'm not going to bite. Or tell if something really ostentatious.
I have some family, not necessarily back home. suppose you could call it family, but yes. They're not very far away, but I don't ever get to see them. It's a strange feeling. Have you ever had that feeling when someone is so close but so far away?
He just kind of looks around searching, and he just slowly nods. And he just says, yeah, I guess you can say I have experienced such a feeling before. I guess you could say that I have, family that I don't get to spend much time with either.
He sips his coffee at that, just silently.
So is this a good feeling for you? Or
Oh no, not at all.
does this family treat you like an outsider, perhaps, maybe? Or
Not necessarily. This family doesn't really talk much of it all. See them at events, but I've never really seen them outside of that events. I suppose there isn't any any level of frequency to them, but less. I see them less than I'd like to.
Tell me if this question's a little too on the nose, but he just says, is Cammy one of these people? I'm assuming because he's saying this because he got rather upset especially when she left.
Yeah. I'll just give that to you. And he just kind of swallows his coffee and or the fuck his tea. Now I'm doing it. No, but he swallows his tea and gives a kind of an awkward half smile. It's kind of kiddish, and he looks up from his tea. Just kind of nods a little and says, "Am I so transparent?"
And he just kind of like he does like his eyes just kind of like shut in a little bit, not like he's judging you, but kind of like looking, trying to see if he can like he's judging. And he just says, no, not particularly. Maybe just in this one instance.
He nods.
Then again, there's really nothing wrong with being transparent unless you don't want to be.
I don't want to make my burdens your burdens.
Well, how would they be burdens, per se? Are you in danger?
But no, not in any danger. Oh no, kind of used to being on the other side of the bar, as it were.
I mean, I'm used to people telling me things, whether they be rather heavy or lighthearted in nature. All of it's pretty much the same to me. If you feel that you need to really borrow my ear and unload, then I'm okay with that. If you're looking for an invitation.
And he sorry.
otherwise, no worries, no harm, no foul.
Smile's a very genuine smile, a toothy smile, and nods and raises his glass to that and offers it over and says, "Thank you. I will accept your offer."
He doesn't give any kind of cheer or anything back, but like he just gives him like a very strong nod, affirmative nod. And then he goes about kind of like wiping off the counter and stuff. So I'll be closing up here soon. Did you want to talk about anything in particular? Or will you be staying? The invitation is open.
And he nods and just says, "I would like that very much. Thank you, Caldwell."
And yeah, he'll basically walk over to the door, hit the switch to turn off the light outside for the tea shop to let it know that it's open, and lock the door. Think we can probably end it here then?
Oh, perfect spot.
Yep. Well, that's the case. Thank you, players, for watching. Or thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene for Living World of Darkness.